Less than a week later, and the laughs keep coming.
Now we come to our final quickfire round called Scenes We'd Like to See. This is for everyone, so if you can make your way over to the performance area, please. I'll call out ideas for scenarios we'd love to see, and the performers come in with their suggestions. OK, here we go. The first subject is...
Unlikely things to hear over at Tannoy.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to Waitrose, you smug rich pricks.
Good evening, ladies. Topshop will be closing in 5 minutes. Please make your way to the till unless you're over 30, in which case piss off to M&S, you ancient old hag.
We are now coming into land in Russia, where the local time is 1956. Lost children can be found at the Lost Children tent. If they're not claimed by the end of the day, they will be destroyed.
Unlikely film trailers.
All your favourite administrators are back in Human Resources 2. This time it's personnel. It was a love story that crossed the species barrier. He was a man, she was a cow. Coming soon, beef encounter.
The Grand Budapest Hotel. Brilliant, The Times. 5 stars, The Guardian. The beds weren't made. TripAdvisor.
It's the bromance of the year. Ed and David Miliband star in What the Fuck Was the Point of That Then?
Things you wouldn't hear on the radio.
Next up on Gardener's Question Time, I'll be trying not to laugh like a schoolboy when a woman phones in with a problem about her box hedge.
Unlikely greeting cards.
Happy Father's Day, whoever you are, wherever you are.
At this difficult time, I'm thinking of you, wearing suspenders and a mask.
My feelings can't be put into words, although the judge did describe them as inappropriate.
Congratulations, you did it. And we'll prove it. The Crown Prosecution Service.
It's a girl, not a woman, which is why you're going to prison.
To our darling son, on your 21st birthday, now get the fuck out of our house.
Roses are red, violets are blue. When you go down on me, please don't chew.
Things you wouldn't hear on a science documentary.
For Sarah Palin, it's conclusive proof that man and dinosaur existed together. For everybody else, the Flintstones is just a cartoon.
Well, we could ask a proper scientist about this, or we could ask Dara O'Brien.
Unlikely things for a sports commentator to say.
Embarrassing, humiliating, bringing shame on the sport. Welcome to Wimbledon Today with me, Claire Balding.
Welcome back to the golf, where Tiger Woods apparently travels with 2 inflatable sex dolls now in case he gets a hole-in-one.
And this decision's going to a touch judge, and yes, it's sexual harassment.
And after the break, join me, Claire Balding, presenting everything. I present everything now. Everything is mine, everything.
Unlikely things to hear on a gardening programme.
There's something about eating food that's come from your own garden. This is quite a hearty stew I've made out of a squirrel I shot with an air rifle.
Well, to answer your question, I tend to keep mine on a hose reel, but then I'm very lucky down there.
My advice would be don't splash out on expensive gnomes. Do what I do and just simply varnish some small children I found playing in the park.
Well, we've had a letter from Mrs. Smith of Epsom who's asked us to identify something that she has found in her garden. Well, Mrs. Smith, that is a dog turd.
I've got a letter here from Maureen in Doncaster who's asking a question about herbs. In response to your letter, Maureen, I would recommend about £200 for an ounce, and if it's really good shit, 300.
Well, that is the wheelbarrow, and tomorrow I'll show you another sexual position.
Right, welcome to the UKIP garden. Sod the lawns, let's concentrate on them borders.
Unlikely lines from a Blockbuster movie.
Luke, I am your father. I think your mum went for about 3 stormtroopers before me.
You're right, Frodo. This is an unexpected journey. We're on a replacement bus service.
You know what? I never liked Private Ryan. I say fuck him.
Are you looking at me? Are you looking at me? It's just very difficult to tell you've got a lazy eye.
Unlikely things to hear on a travel programme.
And the most wonderful thing about a trip to China is you get the opportunity to meet the child that made your trousers. Yeah, I said it! The accommodation, the weather, the food, all of these wonderful things help you to forget how smelly the locals are. Yeah, I said it!
Something about travel.
Yeah, I said it!
This is Taiwan. I've given him a number because I can't pronounce his name properly.
Now, if you are travelling to America, remember to pack some anti-sickness tablets, because this is where Piers Morgan lives.
Running, cycling, rock climbing, you'll do anything to get out of this shithole. This week, I'm in Kyrgyzstan, answering your questions, like, how do you spell it and where the fuck is it?
This is Keflavik, one of Iceland's oldest geezers. You all right, mate?
Unlikely things to hear on breakfast TV.
A lot of people ask me how I stay awake at this time. Well, you know what they say, early to bed, crack cocaine in the morning.
Today, we're looking at the world's biggest birthday... Oh, no, Eamon's in it.
Now we're going over to the kitchen where Chef Tony will be cooking up an excuse for why he's been texting my wife.
Lines you wouldn't read in a romantic novel.
His wet shirt clinging against his muscular torso. Soon, she held him and said the word she'd been dying to say for ages. I'm UK Border Patrol and you're under arrest.
He took her hand in his and squeezed it. Now, he thought, I wonder where the rest of her body is.
I want to role play. I'll be a prince from a mythical land, and you be your sister.
He cupped her breast and put her arse in a bowl. She was into really weird shit.
You could make love, she said. Or vole, he replied, looking up from their game of Scrabble.
He grabbed her hand, he held it tightly, and they skipped off through the fields of daffodils. And it was at that moment she thought he might be a little bit gay.
Jeremy Corbyn, you've got me blindfolded. What are you going to do now? Nothing. I just wanted to highlight the injustice of inmates detained at Camp X-Ray without a fair trial.
Of course I've seen a black penis before, she said. Just never attached to a white man.
Rejected exam questions.
Where is Greece? Is it A, the southern Mediterranean, or B, up shit creek?
Question A. Media studies. Is it a real subject? Question B. Is it...
You may now commence your anal sex exam. Please turn over.
If a train leaves a station at the correct time and arrives at its destination at the correct time, how cool would that be?
Chemistry. Me, you. Is there any?
Unlikely things to say when running for US president.
I know the value of family because I sold one of my children to pay for this campaign.
As president, I will welcome immigrants because the White House is massive and it's not going to clean itself.
Come on, of course I'm the guy to succeed Obama. You know what they say? Once you go black.
What you must remember is the people we need to convince are the great American people. And most of them are as thick as pig shit.
When I was little, I did not plan to be President of the United States. This is more like a holding job until I get to rule a good country.
We Republicans want to reach out to all Americans. Blacks, whites, Chinese-y-looking ones.
Unlikely things to hear on a consumer programme.
Critics say Botox is too expensive, but we spoke to 50 people who'd just paid for the treatment and none of them looked surprised.
If you've been tempted to go abroad for cheap boob jobs, you might reconsider after hearing about Sally, who came back from Thailand and discovered her implants had been filled with helium and now they've gone tits up.
Lines you wouldn't hear in a kids' film.
But why are we going this way, said Bilbo. Well, said Gandalf, we've got to find some way of stretching this shit to 3 films.
No, James, that isn't a giant peach. That's Nicki Minaj walking away from us.
The wonderful thing about Tiggers is we can disembowel a gazelle in 10 seconds.
Unlikely things for a sports commentator to say.
And Shane Warne will be laughing on the other side of his face after that surgery.
What a thrilling cricket match.
Unlikely things for a continuity announcer to say.
On ITV2 next, what Katie did next. Which I'm guessing is get her tits out and marry some thick prick for publicity purposes.
That was Game of Thrones, and if you're affected by any of the issues raised in that show, what the fuck is wrong with your family?
Is masturbation bad for you? That's not the next programme, I'm just thinking aloud.
No! Dad! This is bullshit! Hate it when the eggheads win.
Things you wouldn't hear on a news programme.
Welcome to Fox News. The bastards have been through the bins again and shit on the drive.
The fighting here has been drawn out and bloody, but I have finally got my microphone back from that bastard at Sky News.
Is there sexism at the BBC? Let's ask Sally Johnson, who's our lovely smiles and pretty cakes correspondent.
Unlikely Agony aunt letters.
Dear Deirdre, I have spent the last 6 months living with a beautiful woman. But yesterday she found out.
Dear Deirdre, last time I wrote to you, you told me that there was nothing wrong with masturbation. Why then, yesterday, did I get thrown off the bus?
I have terrible trust issues. Please help me, Deirdre, if that's your real name.
My wife wants us to experiment in the bedroom, but last time we did that, the Bunsen burner singed my pubes.
Dear Deirdre, look, I'm not going to beat around the bush. Is there any other tips on satisfying my wife?
Commercials that never made it to air.
At Debenhams, we've kidnapped the John Lewis penguin. And if you don't shop with us, we'll kill him.
Abby has strong teeth, boundless energy and a shiny coat. She's the best prostitute in London.
Unlikely things to hear in hospital.
Of course the influence of private companies hasn't affected the NHS. Just ask my colleague, Dr. Pepper.
The good news is your father is comfortable. In fact, I've been sitting on him all morning.
OK, let's call the time of death at 4:15. He's not dead yet, but it's a Friday, and if we leave now, we can beat the traffic.
For goodness sake, Mr. Wallace, please take your penis out of there. That's not what organ donor means.
Now we're going to need to put you to sleep, so I've got 2 tickets to see Dara O'Brien live in Belgium.
OK, we need to shock him. Stick your finger up his arse.
Unlikely letters to TV channels.
Dear ITV2, is it possible to actually contract an STD just from watching Geordie Shore?
Things you wouldn't hear in a Blockbuster movie.
Tell me more, did you... Actually, don't tell us, because we at the T-Birds don't do slut-shaming.
We have to save the president. Or, depending on how the election goes, we have to save everybody from the president.
Hey, Optimus Prime, how about transforming this box of shit into a decent script? But my children are stuck in there with that monster. We have to go back, and you know what? Fuck them.
Things you wouldn't hear on a kids' TV show.
Thunderbirds are go! Is what I shout at orgasm.
Don't ask your parents' permission before you phone. Those dicks will only say no.
Well, Miss Hooley, I'm wondering if I'm going to be regretting this job in 14 years.
Mr. Tumble, you're 43. Grow up, for fuck's sake.
Daddy Bear said, somebody's been sleeping in my bed. And Mummy Bear said, it was probably your whore, Linda.
Let's see what's happening over at the Magic Roundabout. Yep, more dogging.
Unlikely things to hear at Euro 2016.
Oh, that is an absolutely shocking decision by the referee. Black shorts, black shirt. I'm sure the girls will agree with me. Way too matchy-matchy.
Oh, did that cross the line? Seemed a bit racist to me.
And Russia have gone for a 4-3-3-7-8-10-1-9-16 formation. We're never going to get out of this alley.
And the Swedes are out. He really should have worn tighter shorts.
Oh, well, they say, cometh the hour, cometh the man, and I have. I'm just off to get some more pants.
Unlikely film trailers.
Referendum 2. We'll keep doing it until we get the result we like.
From the director of Batman vs Superman, a heartfelt letter of apology for wasting our time.
Thanks to an unfortunate typo, it's the most one-sided action film ever. Allen vs Predator.
The Avengers go to prison. They should have asked. The Age of Ultron.
The greatest trick the devil ever played was charging £9 for Fanta and popcorn.
Unlikely things to hear on a makeover show.
Look, Gokwan, I know you're trying to build my confidence up, but you can stop grabbing my tits and shouting bangers.
I love what you've done with the bedroom, guys. I love the neutral colours. I love everything, all the new furniture. But what have you done with my beanbag? There was 20 grand's worth of coke in that.
Mrs. Patterson says her downstairs is a little damp. Don't worry, Alan Titchmarsh has that effect on a lot of women your age.
Oh, wow, she looked hideous before, didn't she? Oh, that's after, sorry. Oh, we just did a spruce up, really. You know, we dusted, got rid of the cobwebs, sorted out the curtains downstairs, and, yeah, I'll probably shag her now.
Rejected exam questions.
Was Elizabeth the First? No? Then who did you lose your virginity to?
If you buy 4 apples for £10, stop shopping at Waitrose.
If a man can make £400,000 a year as an estate agent, why is he wasting his life setting exam questions while locked in a loveless marriage?
Things you wouldn't hear on a train.
This is an announcement for all passengers. Piss off, the lot of you. There is a quiet carriage on this train for those shocked into silence by the price of the ticket.
Oh my God! I'm scared of tunnels. I'm so scared of tunnels.
Unlikely things for a sports commentator to say.
And there you have it. Andy Murray has won his 2nd Wimbledon. Thank you for watching. I'm Tim Henman. This is the worst day of my life.
So lovely to see Quidditch finally in the Olympics. Look at all the proud, proud virgins.
Usually Bouchard hits the backhand. That is a fantastic shot. Well done, the cameraman. Low angle, perfect view of her knickers.
Look at all these athletes in peak physical condition. If I could see just one of them naked, I would die happy.
Thank you all for watching today. I hope you had a great time and enjoyed the video. Yeah, now we're on episode 11 of this series and it's still going. I'm so glad that it is still going. It's going to be great to see how the series ends up and what we move on to next. It's been a great run and I look forward to seeing how we go until we reach the finish line. So thank you all so much for all the support. I'm glad that you're able to get a bundle of laughs from just such silliness. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing as well. And feel free to follow me on Discord, Twitch and Twitter, as well as supporting me on Patreon to help make these videos possible, make them faster, make them of higher quality, and to receive some additional benefits for doing so. I'd very much appreciate it. And on that note, I'd like to say a huge thank you to all my patrons who do help make these videos possible, and all the stuff we get up to in the server and so on. Marvel Rivals was a great time. I'm glad that game is just so damn good. And I really appreciate all this love and support that you guys give me. It really is just, you're the best bunch of people to, go out of your way to help support this one dude who just wants to make fun Fire Emblem videos, whether they be silly, educational, deep with the fan fictions and all that jazz. And I'm so glad that, you just see something in me that you resonate with, and I resonate with a lot of you as well, and just want to make the best videos possible because of you. And I really do love you all so much. And I would like to say a very special thank you to Wolffox, Lucina21, Jeremy Redinger, Glentrog750, VC Videos 100, Chaos Sableye, Starship 9, Maggie Fall, Fahrenheit8392, Daniel Hodgson, Isaac A. Flores, and Zenny Dragon. Thank you all so much for all your love and support. Mwah! You people are the absolute best ever. I love you. Anyway, that's it from me. I'll see you all next time.